Okay, welcome back to the first cup. This is part two for today. Still getting it together. Trying to get the best use of that coffee. Yeah, buddy. Get the juices flowing, get the mind going. Try to stay sharp. It's that morning wake up. So historically, we have these mechanisms that were made. They're child mechanisms based upon a corporate creative understanding. And they pertain to the here and now at a more important level than ever. Because there's many people who saw this coming and many people who didn't or just felt they couldn't do anything about it. It's a very big deal. It really, really is. It's a huge big deal. As basically we have something that's occurring that basically is overtaking. We have a foothold situation in the United States. Make no bones about it. We have multiple foothold situations in the United States. See, I'm a colonial constitutional capitalist. What are you? Are you sworn to protect the Constitution of the United States? I'm not talking about the flag, I'm talking about the Constitution. Because you can't run for office if you're not sworn to protect the Constitution. The Constitution endorses colonial capitalism's constitution. This is what it does. In order to what? In order to promote the general welfare. People don't even know what the word welfare means. They think it's about food stamps. It means the financial well-being. This is the brushstroke action of what I described earlier about the mandatory access to the Treasury for the purpose of continuously developing real estate. There's none of this qualifications, and you have to have sheepskins and all this stuff. All of that comes from European design regulations. Again, part of the Royal German Empire's tactical table layout. Keep in mind that understanding the region of Europe is important because for the most part, they ran out of land. That's one of the reasons many people left Europe. They ran out of land. No growing space. Does this click in your head? Is it clicking in your head? No growing space. How are you going to grow if you have no space to grow? So how do you grow? You steal it from somebody else. You take it. The entire concepts of taxation are all about taking it, stealing it from somebody else. They don't understand how to create stimulus. But the entire exercise of running for office is to protect the Constitution of the United States. It is to guarantee forward movement. It is to guarantee destiny. It is to enable you to manifest destiny right down to a personalized level. So we have these constantly failing mechanisms. That's the long-term history. They always fail. They always fail because they were designed as a mechanism that were missing various aspects. They were designed as a mechanism of destruction, a mechanism to destabilize, literally a weapon of mass destruction. It's made out of people. It utilizes deceptions. So we have a major foothold. What's been going on? It's been all over education. Look at Los Angeles. They spend like $480,000, 13 years of education, and they present a child to their parents saying, look, at this particular child, your child right here is in the 56% of job placement rates as a burger flipper. And 20% of kids basically, we don't know what happens to them. They're just apparently not included in finding anything that works. So the madness of these insane people is that they continuously deal with all kinds of stuff. They want to declare a sanctuary city. They don't know whether there's enough jobs available or not, but they're going to do it. Yeah, we'll make a sanctuary city. We'll flood more people in. We're going to devalue people's labor and bankability. Yeah, that's interesting. So it's a new intake, see. We're the promised land for the communist and the socialist. So you just get here. See, you get here if you have AIDS, these people are going to try to cure you. You can be a hooker, thief, murderer, dope addict, drug dealer, and you come to America and they want to give you free health care. Oh, you have AIDS. Yeah, we can get you $800,000, $900,000. Yeah, we can spend $500,000 to cure your first round. You can go around and deceive people and lie to people, not tell them you have a deadly disease as you continue to spread it. As they're either a hooker or they're a dope fiend, and they're going to share dirty needles. You got instances where people went to parties. Could have been a wedding, a reception, whatever. And hey, they had a good time and they drank and they took a nap. They passed out. And somebody went walking around going, loaded out of their brains, hey, these people are, hey man, you're all passing out. No, man, the party's still happening, man. I got to wake you up. Here, let me shoot a little bit of cocaine in you. Here, have a little bit of dope, man. Wake up, come back to the party. It's a gift. Yeah, except it was a dirty needle. 40 people in one night. Boom. Hello. You got AIDS. You don't have a clue. You were passed out, man. Somebody stuck a needle in you. And all of a sudden you start to wake up because you got some cocaine flowing in you. And you're like, huh? What's going on? I feel like I'm waking up. Yeah, you didn't have a clue. Yeah, some nutcase did you. This is real. This happens. You have to be careful where you go, what you do. You have to be smart about what you do or don't do. This is reality. So we have a foothold situation. Multiple places throughout the country is bad. It's not about politics. Marxism, communism, socialism have nothing to do with politics. They're mechanisms of war. They were always designed to be mechanisms of war. They're devices. They were created by evil men. Evil men created them. You need to understand that. A lot of women would immediately understand. It says, yeah, these mechanisms were created by evil men. Yeah, they didn't really have a Betsy Ross. Of course, they weren't past sponsoring hookers. So you have mechanisms that, because I'm telling you what they are, they're guaranteed to fail. They're designed to self-destruct. They're designed to constantly have problems, flaws, people who are paranoid. Why are they paranoid? They're involved in criminal activity. These are organizations that attract dangerous people, liars, murderers. So, of course, they get paranoid, they kill each other. Keep in mind, these mechanisms, for the most part, are nothing like a set of people who get together to do business in America that you might say, well, you guys are tax evaders and bootleggers and this and that. Yeah, wait a minute, you're RICO. When we're talking about a different styles of RICO, Marxism, communist socialism, they have no respect. There's no respect there. Oh, they'll tell you all about their respect, all about their ethics. Oh, gee, some of them seem to be nice people. They're mind controlled. They're cult members. It's part of the design of the mechanism to deceive. There's no real roots of respect there. What used to be there died quickly. Churchill went to Joseph Stalin and says, hey man, Hitler's going to knife you in the back, he's going to attack you. And Stalin laughed at him and says, you don't know what you're talking about. From Stalin's standpoint, it's pretty simple. He's like, I was made by these people. I'm on multiple syndicate payrolls. They're good people. They sponsored a deal. They made independent business shells. They sponsored a deal. The Royal German Empire, the last of it, they sponsored a deal to be able to split a whole bunch of countries up, and we cut them in half. We just split it right down the line. We just cut them in half. Times are good. Business is doing well. Churchill, you have no idea what you're talking about. He laughed at him. He laughed at Churchill. And it wasn't much longer before, oh my goodness, came under attack. Stalin went into a room. He was there for like a week to 10 days in shock. He was completely in shock. He was stabbed in the back. He was in shock. The nation was invaded. And he's trying to figure out what to do. And he already knows that other people spent a whole lot of time on the tactical table to make sure that they would not only be able to do what they were doing, but be very successful at it. It was pre-computed. And he knew this. He knew that for a certain amount of days that these armies would continue to run. There'd really be nothing he could do. He put orders that, rally, get troops together, get it done. Here, you guys get it done. That's your job. He went in the room and he just sulked. There's records on it. You can read about it. Gee, it's so sad. The man that was this great mass murderer easily killed more than 70 million people, utilizing data that came from the Royal German Empire. And we have people that they're poor students of history. They don't understand. We have a foothold situation in this country right now. And it's actionable. See, here's the thing. It's all actionable. You have to sit down, remain calm. You have to think about it. You have to think. But we have a whole lot of people right now. They're not getting involved. There's not enough people getting involved. It's as though they're cowards. Well, welcome to California. But you have other people. They're very strong-minded. They're very motivated. They're trying to protect the Republic. You see this. We have a president. He's trying to protect the Republic. We have other people that are trying to protect the Republic. Apparently. You have guys like me. I got a whole lot of evidence. Who's ready to go? I've got a whole lot of evidence. Who's ready to go? Let's do this. So I hope you're with me at least a little bit. So California, we have this foothold situation. We have this huge problem in politics, long-term evolving, criminal mindsets, vast array of people who want to sponsor criminals. We have a bunch of people that wanted to control people, control human beings as though they were some kind of devices. We'll make them into good workers, maybe good communist workers, maybe just people we take advantage of. It depends on your point of greed and who you are. There's plenty of people out there to say, well, we're neither of any of these things you talk about at all. We're just out for ourselves. It's all memeism. They're just out for themselves. You see, but we have obsolescence that has hit us. There's no longer a future to make good workers because there's not going to be any jobs for them. You see, automation, robotics, AI, it's taking everything. It's going to take everything. In 5 years, half the people running around with leaf blowers are probably going to be robots. You're going to have robots doing jobs all over the place because they'll be cheaper to run. People are going to buy robots like they buy cars. More and more things are going to be running around doing stuff they're finding cheaper and cheaper ways. You got robots running around doing Uber work. Everything you can possibly think of will come into being virtually. So what becomes obsolete here is the entire idea of the good worker situation. So all of these days that you were diverted, all of these years, these decades that you were diverted away from participating in protecting and repairing colonial constitutional capitalism for yourself, to be in charge of building with your own hands a roof over your head, protect your life from the elements, develop pieces of real estate. All of this was crucially important. But these other people wanted nothing to do with it. They wanted to make you into a burger flipper. They wanted you to rent an apartment. They wanted you to be a slave. They wanted you to be a good Communist Worker Party member. Automation, robotics, AI completely destroy communism because they're part of a mechanism of evolving mathematics for the purpose of efficiency. So eventually people go, oh, it's woke now. It's full of communism and socialism. Yes, it is. Yes. Except it will change quickly. You just change the nature of the data. There is no future for communist workers. They're going to go extinct. They're virtually all extinct now. So this is part of the reality of what we have. Looking at these various situations, and people just, they're running around screaming like a chicken with their head cut off practically, crazily, Look, we got blood shooting out of our necks. It's making us go extinct. It's running around chopping our heads off. Yeah, this happens. This was all foreseen. There's no surprise here. For people like me, there's no surprise here. I wrote about this extensively more than 25 years ago. But see, other people want to destroy archives. They want to isolate media. They don't want to see the free, uninhibited passing of information on the web. Oh, no. They want to blacklist people. They want to control everything that the information of who you are and what you're doing, because they are hogs. They want to be the big hogs and control the situation on everything. So what are we going to do here? How are we going to restore respect? See, there's a problem. There's no respect here. People are missing this. They're missing this. We're surrounded by a bunch of people lying. Excuse me. And now we're going to have more than just a translator device. It's like, hey, I got a reverse checker. What did you say? Oh, let me hold it up. Oh, it says that you're full of shit. It says that you're a liar and this and that, man. This is where we're going. We're on the verge of this big change out, and you have all these people that are socialists running around going, we have to turn AI off. We have to stop it. We have to turn it off. No, we don't have to turn it off. We have to transition it. It's an ongoing transitional item. Yeah, it gets to evolve again. See, something's happening now. You've got Bernie Sanders flipping out, making, well, there's all these problems with AI. Okay, look, I'm into AI a bit. I've done a lot more testing secretly than a lot of people have. I know things other people could only dream of. Almost nobody understands how to make neomorphic intelligent energies. Magnetic bottle items, people. Oh, boy. So, yeah, so the thing is that, very few people understand some of this. So understanding these entities and the AI stuff, what you put in has got a lot to do with what you get out, okay? Arranging your intelligence racks properly and getting your containers properly is crucial. For criminology purposes, we need to be able to examine serious criminals like Karl Marx and the people involved in communism and socialism and their vast mass murderous rampages all over the planet. We have to be able to do this for intelligence purposes. We have to understand this for criminology. We're stuck with that. But the reality is that people are lying. They're lying about certain things. Did you see Bernie Sanders say, oh, yeah, by the way, there's no future for 35 million illegal aliens? No, he didn't say that. Oh, we studied all this. There's going to be 100 million jobs lost. Did he explain that there's all these people, that there will be no future for them? There's not going to be a destiny. There'll be no jobs for them. By the way, why would you encourage people to come to the country and tell them that there's a sanctuary city situation when they're not going to have a future? Understand the superior knowledge at this point of what these people have done, what these people are doing, the evil, the wickedness of implying to people far and afar, yes, there's a sanctuary city here. Yes, you'll have a future. That's not the truth. That's a lie. There's no decency there. There's no respect to sit there and lie to people like this, because Bernie's withholding that information. It's as though he's lying. What's in the numbers? What does this all mean? It's as though he's withholding information and lying. The real underlying item is the mechanism designs of the Royal German Empire to basically create more troops, more true believers, more cult members, more convenient idiots. That's exactly what the mechanism design system is designed to do. So we have a whole series of realities being imparted. They're not true. They're not correct. There's no respect. It's insultive to people's minds. So the underlying purpose of what they're actually doing is they're trying to attract something. What do they want to attract? Well, they want to attract people with AIDS that are intravenous drug users, that are thieves and hookers, that are dope dealers and or murderers, who are criminals, who are willing to do anything They are appealing to criminal mindsets. This is the worst part of humanity, so to speak. These are the people who have been engineered one way or another because of whatever we did in humanity, that are going to jump right into the slot. Yes, there's a new opportunity for communists. Oh, look, they're going to bring universal income in. We're going to get $3,800 a month, man. $3,800 a month. Yeah, well, how about that? See, how are you going to deal with that? You're in the poll box. How are you going to deal with that? You look down and there's a button, and the button actually says, one of these buttons actually says, $3,800 cash for you each month. Press this button. It's not a game. I mean, you have some people sitting there, they're crying. They're crying. You know, they have this dilemma. They know there's something wrong with it. They know that pressing that button has ramifications. They know the money has to come from someplace. At least they believe that. Or they don't believe that. Oh, no, they just print the money. It doesn't matter. They just print it. They're not going to care. You know, yeah, so it's big taxation. So how does that work? Well, let me see. A bunch of people who are retired on fixed incomes. Some people are disabled, whatnot. Yeah, they're on fixed incomes, and basically they're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose everything they own because the level of taxation raises now to the point where it is not doable. There's no way people can possibly pay those kind of taxes. They're going to lose their home, and they're on fixed incomes. There's no respect there. There's no decency. None. This is reality. So we have a current election. We've got Hilton out there. My campaign is still trying to move forward. I have to deal with tremendous amounts of violence and people breaking the law because I have evidence that will put some of these people in prison for the rest of their life. My campaign's the most dangerous one to me that's out there. There's a lot of people that won't. They're like, man, I like your ideas, but you have to understand, you have evidence on this people, you know. You're not just playing another form of the Mimi game. You have evidence. You're coming in here as a serious player saying, let's deal with this foothold. You know, let's arrest these people. Let's punish them. Let's get this done. And other people are going, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I says, well, you know, some of us have taken an oath, you know. If you're running for office, you're taking an oath. You know how fast somebody falls when we put them through a series of questions? And we're going to ask them on that series of questions. So you're going to ask people whether or not they're loyal. Are they loyal? A bank of questions to reveal whether or not people are lying about the constitutional oath that they took to run for office. Are they liars? Because if they're liars, what are they doing? If they're not committed to the actual equation of creating stimulus, then what are they doing? If they're involving themselves in mass economic sabotage, that's actionable. In fact, you get the death penalty for it. That's what our forefathers originally designed. There's very few people that understand this. So we have a bunch of people involving themselves in carnage. Deliberately. They're creating carnage. They're trying to hide how they're doing it, working the numbers game. But with mass economic modeling, we have a reality of boop, boop, here comes the pop-ups. Yeah, we got another red pop-up. Ooh, economic criminology section reference again. You know, we're going in after these people. It's going to be the end. It's something bad for these people. They're going to get discovered, and they're paranoid. They're really, really paranoid. You know, you've got people out there, well, kind of sort of like Bernie Sanders, but There's a lot of people that are very paranoid. Newsom, very paranoid. AG of California, very paranoid. Because they know what they're involved in. They know they're criminals. They know what they've done. They understand every time they stroked the pen and created another run of these selective taxations, that they devastated people's lives, that people with fixed incomes lost their homes, lost their businesses, ended up becoming homeless. Many of these people died because they could no longer afford medications or the type of food or health care. We even have some people that die from the elements. It can happen. It's a rarity, but it can happen, right? Right? Well, it's not as much of a rarity as you'd think anymore. You have people slowly dying. It's a major health and safety problem. To take people and say, we're not going to allow you to use your hands to build a home, to build a shelter over your own head, to save your very life from the elements. No, we've decided, no, it's been decided, no, we can't let you do that. No. Look, we want this many pieces of gold, and then, okay, we'll let you do this. Oh, you don't have this many pieces of gold. Oh, well, you can't do this. But if we don't do this, we'll die. It's been decided. Who are these people? There's no decency here. They're committing crimes against humanity. This is who they are. A bank of questions. There are very few politicians in California that could survive the 5,000 question test to check whether or not they're loyal to the Constitution of the United States. In order to be able to run and hold office, you have to be loyal to the Constitution. 5,000 questions reveals something quite unique. All of a sudden, the test results come in, and you look down at it and you say, look, you're not loyal to the Constitution of the United States. Apparently, you lied. You're disqualified.